Welcome to the Cougar Connection podcast. Today we are talking to the November Student of the Month, Senior Lucas Power. Congratulations, Lucas, and thank you for spending some time with me. Let's talk about what the future holds for you. But first, well, along those lines, what are your plans after high school?
Plans after high school and go to a two-year college. Technically majoring in education, even though two-year you don't really have like a major.
Oh,
But then after that, doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense in the long run. Going on to be a state trooper for the state of Illinois.
okay. Any coaching in your future?
100% on the side. I'll figure something out. I have to coach. I'll coach as many sports as I can, but if I have to just narrow it down to basketball, baseball, I'll do that as well.
Yeah, because you've been helping here at Illini Central with sixth grade boys basketball, right?
Mhm.
Middle school baseball.
Yep.
And you've kind of got a taste of that. And
Yep. Yeah, you can definitely see all the good parts of coaching, and then you also get the the not so great parts as well. And it's a lot harder than what it looks like.
right, you and I've had a lot of good discussions about that. It's
Yep.
fun, but yes, it's definitely challenging. So, what teacher here at Illini Central has impacted you the most?
Hate to say it, but probably Mr. Bunner, just because he always pushes me and pushes everybody to be the best that they can possibly be, and that took a toll in what I did this summer. I worked my butt off to get as good as basketball as I can, and we'll see in the near future if any of that pays
Right.
off.
Yep. Okay. Hate giving him credit for anything, but I understand that, and you've had him for
I
classes.
mean, yeah, he pushes us in the classroom too, to
Right.
just
Right.
and not just for his class too, for all the other classes and everything else. So.
Yep. Yep. He's definitely blunt about it, but it's good advice.
Yeah.
How have you changed over these past 4 years?
I'd definitely say, like to say I'm more mature, but I don't really know. But I think I just grown up a lot. Learned responsibility. Coming to high school, I was like, who cares? But then I quickly realized, get the grades in. It's not hard, and I'm glad that I figured it out my freshman, sophomore year. So now junior, senior year, I was able to continue that on, and the grades really matter. That's the biggest thing. Is I realized, in middle school, that the grades aren't really a big deal, and I got to high school and quickly realized that, grades are a big thing, and that's what I think I've.
Yeah, I mean, I've known you since we were talking about it this week. I've known you since you were a little kid and you
Yeah.
would come to Cougar Camp, but you were in the class the first time as a sophomore.
Yeah.
And I know you laughed when you said more mature, but there is a difference,
Yeah.
like you still joke around and whatever, like
Yeah.
we all do, but it makes me think when I was your age too. Yeah, the difference between a sophomore you and senior you, although we still joke all the
Yeah.
time, still take what you do seriously. Like
Yeah.
you said in the summer, you were out here, I was out here.
Yeah.
And that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have fun, but obviously learn
Yeah.
that work ethic that helps you get to where you want to go.
Yep.
What makes you proud of the fact that you're going to graduate from Illini Central?
Nothing. I don't want to go in. I don't want to leave. But I mean, at the same time, looking back, I love Illini Central. I always have. I hate it when people talk bad about it because this is home and it's just a great place.
Right. That
Teachers are great. The staff's great. Everything here is great. I love it.
I think that's one of the things that you and I have in common is I always felt the same way. Like it always drove me nuts
Yeah.
when I was in high school and people would run down our school
Yeah.
because I love that place. To this day, I love that place. And I think that's it's a big part of who we both are is,
Yeah.
we don't forget the people that have helped us get to be where we're at. So next one. How has Illini Central shaped you into the person that you are today? It kind of goes with that other one.
Yeah, just pushing me to be the best that I possibly can, all the teachers, and just, being able to have a connection with all the teachers here and getting advice, knowing that you can ask for advice or ask for help on problems or just other classes. There's teachers here that you might have a question about math and they can help you out there or
Mhm.
just life in general, just suggestions. What should I do here? What should I do there? And they can help you out there. Just,
Yep. I think when it's small like this, it makes that easier. But I definitely agree with you that there's a lot of
Yeah.
really good people here that you could go to, and they'd give you the best advice they could, and they care about you more than just whether
Yeah.
you're passing their class or you're making a shot in a game on a
Yeah.
Friday night. If you could have any superpower, this is one of those lighthearted ones and ends up being a huge discussion. What's the superpower that you would have?
I don't know if this is really a superpower, but like that Steph Curry lights out shooting. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, well, some nights he looks like a superhero the way he
Yeah.
can shoot the basketball.
Or
so.
just a way that I could just like mess with Cabes in class, like all day, just be sitting here and like just touch my knuckle or something. It just like messes with his hair. Just that would be pretty cool too.
He has enough trouble with that probably already without you even doing that. So, got to get Cabes into this podcast somehow. So, speaking of Cabes, what's your funniest moment if you say the one you were saying a minute ago?
So,
what's your funniest moment from high school or from school the last 6 years? Let's count.
I haven't really I couldn't really think of one moment from high school that really stuck out because there's a lot of good moments in high school in the last 4 years. But one that sticks out from middle school that just overrules all those. We were sitting at lunch and we come to sit down after we get our food, and Caves gives us sit down and somebody tosses a cheeseburger right on the seat, and Caves sits down, he stands up, slaps the cheeseburger up, and there's just cheese all over his shorts. It was the funniest. We were laughing for hours, dude. Like the whole lunch we were laughing. The whole lunch, the rest of the day we were talking about it. The next day, the next week, like that was an ongoing thing for a long time. We just brought it up the other day at lunch. That's why it kind of got in my memories. That was probably the best moment.
And I have a feeling you'll be laughing about it 10 years from now too, probably.
Yeah.
Definitely. So then what's your most embarrassing moment from high school?
Embarrassing, probably, I mean, failing a math test was probably really embarrassing because I was really good at math. I am really good at math. I don't have a math class this year. Kind of upsetting, but at the same time, I got a lot of extra free time. But yeah, because I was always shot for that, 95 to 100. And even when I got a 95, I was kind of upset. Yeah. But yeah, whenever I thought that I got a 98 one time, I was like, there's no way. Like, I even wrote it on the back of my test. I wrote 98%, circled it on the back of my test, and it came out and it was like a 48 or something. And I was like, what just happened? Because I was so confident about it. Sometimes you can be overconfident. So.
Yeah. I never did a good on any math tests, so I wouldn't know the other side of that. But the last question is, I don't know, you and I don't ever talk about things like this. Other people do. What's your biggest pet peeve? What's the thing that drives you nuts?
This is a math thing too. It goes for everything. Complaining about something when you're not doing anything to fix it. Sitting here, like this was a lot in math. People would complain about not getting the help they needed, but they were the ones not paying attention on their phones, not asking for help, not doing what they needed to get that 98. Because I was doing everything I could because I want that 100. I was doing everything I possibly could, staying after class, getting extra study guides, doing everything I can, and they were the ones first one out of the classroom, and they would always be, well, why did I do that? How did I get this wrong? Well, because you got it wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And that goes for everything. Basketball, we've talked about it, You said in your podcast, you got to, if you want to be great, you got to do the things to be great. You show me that one picture about everyone standing in the line about who wants to be good and then who really wants to be good.
Yeah, it's like the one line is full of people who want to win. The line of what it takes to get to win. There's nobody in line for that one. Yeah, it's where you and I obviously we talk every day, and you're with me 6th hour. We're very similar. That would be a pet peeve of mine as well. You say you want something.
Yeah.
We say it all the time. Don't tell me, show me.
Yep.
And that's a good thing. So, well, that's it. We made it through it. Once again, congratulations, Lucas.
Thank you.
On your accomplishments. You've done a lot for Illini Central in the time that you've been here. Thank you for sitting down with me today. Christmas.
Yep, it's that time.
Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody out here who's watching this. Make sure you tune into the next one of these coming up after the first of the year.
Thanks for having me.
See ya.